Hey ladies, Zuri here, coming to you to talk about joy, sitting here in my joyful place outside. Joy is so important on so many levels. And I mean, who doesn't want to live a joy-filled life? The question is, how often are we allowing ourselves to access joy? One of the things I'm so blessed that my mother taught me early on was she said, every single day, find a little piece of joy in your life, create a little piece of joy. And, what I learned from growing up on a spiritual basis is joy is not circumstantial. Joy, we can create joy in this world, but the thing about joy, because I'm not talking about happiness or fun, which is important, but joy is something that comes deeper that we can access from within ourselves, regardless of what's happening in life. And it's a muscle. And the more that we can strengthen our ability to create joy despite the whirlwind that's happening, the greater our ability to create and really mold life around us for what we truly desire. Now, there's a lot of pieces of what it takes to how we can actually really cultivate lasting, sustainable joy in our lives. But let's just start with this. First of all, knowing you are worthy of joy and you are entitled to have as much joy as you want in life, regardless of what you've done, what you haven't done, what's happening in your life, what you're not doing. You are worthy of tons of joy, of a shit ton of joy. That's what you should be having every day, every moment. So, how do we get there? First of all, number one is to start with gratitude. Because despite whatever you're struggling with, whatever pains you're having, whatever stress you're having, you can't psychologically, energetically, you can't stay in that state and feel gratitude at the same time. So, the quickest way to get out of that is to just find gratefulness for what's in your life. Every morning, I wake up and just experience gratitude and am thankful for whatever, for waking up that day, for getting out of bed that day, for my body, for what's happening in my life. Make that gratitude list long in order to access that joy. Number two is find joy in the little things. Let me tell you what I mean. I wouldn't usually do this, but this is important. So I'm undergoing a huge landscaping project and my backyard is a hot mess. And I'm going to share this with you. My mother would roll over in her grave if she knew I was sharing the unfinished perfect product. But joy means you can find joy in the imperfection. And that's what I have learned. All right, so let's go. So, because our yard, this new house delivered with no dirt. So look at this. We got crazy. We got the flagstone over here. It's just a whole bunch of unfinishedness that is happening in this yard. Do you see this? I could very easily just sit and be stressed about what's happening and all that's happening, and the crew is behind schedule and blah, 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 blah. But do you know where I'm finding joy right now? First of all, is we've made progress. It's not dirt yard anymore. And then second of all, so I found the gratefulness and I'm like, what are the gems? I have a flower right here. I went and bought some. Look, I got a whole bunch. Can you see them? Can you see them there? Just seeing it, this is my gem of joy right now. And I can savor that. Be willing to savor the tiny little things that you have right now in your life. And I guarantee you, you have a lot of gems amongst the imperfection. And when you can savor those little gems and create even more acts of joy, all the better. And so you train yourself to feel joyful, because here's the thing. I know I used to be this way. Many of us are not trained to be joyful. We have actually trained and conditioned ourselves, or have been conditioned by others, to be stressed, to be strained, to be angry, sometimes all sorts of other things, just to be busy. You can unprogram yourself from that and you can reprogram yourself to be joyful. And here's why that's so important, because when you allow yourself to be and access joy, you allow yourself to be and access freedom. And when you access freedom, you have a whole level of power that's available to your soul, to you, in order for how you move through life. Why? Because in that freedom, and with that freedom comes a surrender, the little stuff doesn't matter. You let go of the bullshit and you're able to just move into the things that that matter most. Think about it. For those of you who have kids or have been around little kids, and if you're stressed and then they come and they're bothering you and nagging at you for something, even if it's something little and stupid, doesn't it just bother you and irritate you because you're already stressed and it's just one more big thing? Now think about when you're at that party or that cookout and you're with the family you like and love, or with your girls who you like and love, and y'all are laughing and having a good time. And then think about, you're filled with your joy. Think about that little kid who comes and is nagging at you, whether it's yours or someone else's, and you're just like, whatever, you'll be fine. It's okay, just scrape it off. It doesn't matter. The little stuff doesn't bother you anymore because in your freedom, you know it's bullshit and you can move on to the bigger important things. And that's what you want to have access to. You want to have access to your freedom. You want to have access to your power so that you can move into the other areas of living your passion, walking in your purpose. That's where life just starts getting so magical. So joy is a huge, powerful vehicle that you can access every single day. And it's a commitment to cultivate that. There were plenty of times where I had some great justification to be angry and stressed and all that stuff, but it was like, it doesn't serve me and it doesn't serve you. You can let that go and feel good. So sending you lots of loving joy today. Go out, as one of my friends say, fill your cup with joy and have some fun.